Welcome to part 3 of the Anomaly webinar series, Zero to Cyber Hero, Artificial Intelligence for the Modern Defender. Today we're going to talk about how security teams are consistently challenged to keep pace with evolving adversaries. The sheer volume of raw threat data can be overwhelming, making it difficult to recognize critical threats from mere noise. The last part of the 3-part Anomaly Modern Defender series will enable cyber threat intelligence analysts and security professionals to elevate their defense strategies by harnessing the power of artificial intelligence. We'll cut through the noise and demonstrate how Anomaly ThreatStream, an industry-leading threat intelligence management platform, combined with Anomaly Copilot, transforms raw data into actionable intelligence. We'll explore how Anomaly Copilot, with its advanced natural language processing and generative AI capabilities, acts as your intelligent assistant, significantly enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of your threat intelligence operations. Here's what we will cover during this session. Why Anomaly and AI? Introducing Anomaly Copilot. Discover how Anomaly AI-powered assistant leverages large language models to analyze, summarize, and provide context to vast amounts of cyber threat information in natural language. Lastly, we will dive into the platform and demonstrate how Anomaly Copilot enhances the efficiency of your CTI and SOC analysts by simplifying everyday time-consuming tasks and proactively defending your organization from attacks. To provide a high-level visual of our Anomaly Security Operations platform, we will start with ingesting all of your security telemetry into our cloud-native, always-hot, unified data lake. Combine that with our largest repository of threat intelligence out there, with at any point ingesting 500 billion plus IOCs and IOAs, we will put structure to all of that threat intelligence coming in, and we will enrich it with both severity and confidence levels based on all the threat intelligence that we've collected, so the intelligence is easily digestible by the security team and easily understood. Like what needs to be prioritized for action and what is noise. All of that enriched threat intelligence is correlated with all of your security telemetry from a retrospective and real-time standpoint to immediately, within seconds, show whether threats have interacted with your environment across years and petabytes of data. This allows your team to immediately run the proper prevention and remediation playbooks to secure your environment. All of that is possible because of our intelligent Anomaly Copilot that is embedded across our entire platform and leverages relevant intelligence that is associated to your environment. This is what allows us to deliver unmatched speed, scale, and performance for your team. What are some of the pain points today that analysts are struggling with? Overwhelming raw threat data. Analysts face massive volumes of IOCs and intelligence feeds daily, making it hard to separate noise from true threats, which leads to alert fatigue. Constant alerts without context drains the analyst's focus, causing critical threats to be overlooked. The manual correlation and investigation of bottlenecks, where analysts are spending hours stitching together indicators across tools and delaying the detection and response. And then the talent shortage of skilled resources that are limited, and repetitive tasks accelerate analyst fatigue and turnover time because of the burnout. So we ask, why AI for CTI? Adversaries are evolving faster than human processing, which means attackers are adapting tactics rapidly while humans struggle to keep up with their speed and scale. And there's the noise versus signal problem. With overwhelming data, identifying which threats are urgent and relevant is like finding a needle in a haystack. And then AI is an analyst multiplier. Anomaly Copilot enhances human expertise by automating correlation, surfacing context, and enabling faster, smarter decisions by not replacing analysts, but empowering them. So why Anomaly Copilot? Anomaly Copilot is a generative AI-powered assistant purpose-built for security operations teams. It combines advanced natural language processing with the industry's largest threat intelligence repository to help analysts cut through the noise and focus on what matters most. How does this work? Copilot ingests and analyzes massive volumes of threat intelligence from Anomaly ThreatStream, open source feeds, and organizational telemetry. Using large language models, it translates complex threat data into clear, actionable insights, whether through natural language queries, automated summarization of threat bulletins, or correlation with MITRE attack tactics and techniques. Analysts can interact with Copilot in plain English, asking questions such as, show me recent ransomware activity targeting the financial sector, and immediately receive contextualized results complete with relevant indicators, actors, and recommended next steps. The value this brings is accelerated response for the SOC. Investigations that once took hours can now be completed in minutes, helping teams detect, investigate, and respond with unprecedented speed. We are going to reduce the noise with Anomali by suppressing irrelevant data and highlighting critical threats, easing alert fatigue, and ensuring analysts focus their energy where it matters most. Anomali Copilot is also a skill multiplier. By converting natural language into complex queries and providing high-fidelity analysis, Copilot empowers analysts to be more efficient so they can conduct resource-intensive tasks in a fraction of the time. Operational efficiency that comes with Anomali Copilot is natively embedded across the Anomali platform, enabling teams to operationalize intelligence and correlate log data at unprecedented speed and scale, with some customers realizing a 90% time savings on investigations and reduced mean time to respond. Anomali Copilot empowers analysts by removing repetitive manual tasks, and Copilot frees up security professionals to focus on proactive defense and higher value threat hunting. In short, Anomali Copilot turns overwhelming streams of raw data into clear, actionable intelligence, helping organizations move faster, defend smarter, and empowering their teams to stay ahead of evolving adversaries. So let's dive into the platform. First, I want to show you how Anomali Copilot can help summarize multiple threat bulletins, saving your analysts time and giving you high-fidelity data that you can make actionable decisions from. It's simple. Go to threat model. As you can see, we have multiple threat models showing up. There's over 1 million results in the past time frame. In this case, maybe we want something that includes finance and APT 28. We have that here. We'll go ahead and do a quick search. As you can see, the analyst has multiple selections to go from, over 1,000. And if they want to take all this, try to summarize for the latest actions or news regarding anything in finance and APT 28 for threat intelligence, they can easily do so by selecting multiple threat bulletins. In this case, I'll select 5. As you can see, the summarize button came up here. And this little icon right here is the Copilot icon. You'll see this throughout the platform and during these demonstrations. For now, I'm just going to click this. And what this is doing, Copilot is going through and consuming all of the data in these 5 bulletins. And what it will do is it's going to spit out a nice, great high-level summary for us here. Very detailed information for attack sources, targets, and such, and then key takeaways on possibly, how to protect your environment, what you should do next, and specific things to look out for, what specific things the attacker is targeting. We can take this immediately and create a threat bulletin from it, which are customizable templates, and then send this directly to the intended receivers to where they are able to consume this high-fidelity data and make knowledgeable decisions. All of that happened within the matter of a minute versus taking hours to read and consume this data and then write the actual bulletin. Again, done in seconds versus hours, giving the analyst the augmentation and to enhance their performance for the team. Along with ThreatStream and Copilot, ThreatStream Integrator connects to ThreatStream and pulls cyber threat intelligence into existing tools and infrastructure, thus bringing real-time intelligence to your existing security solutions to provide operational efficiency and relevancy to current security technologies. It can output this data in many formats such as CSV, syslog, JSON, Snort, and can also directly integrate with security solutions in your network, allowing you to proactively automate your defensive posture and stop attacks before they happen. How do we do this? We do this by simply creating specific rules, which allows us to narrow down the results we want. In this case, this is a rule to send high confidence, high fidelity domains and IPs to our firewall to automatically add it to the block list. In that case, it just identifies the IP addresses, creates a tag, sends to Anomali Integrator, which then communicates with the firewall and adds it to the block list. Why is this important? This threat intelligence is coming in before the attackers are attacking your organization. So this allows you to proactively block a possible, anticipate the attack that may be coming, because this is focusing on specific sectors or industries, however you want that filter to work for you. And you can set the threshold on how you want it to be. You're able to proactively protect your environment instead of being reactive and reacting to an attack that's already in progress. And we're able to easily track these metrics by simple dashboards on what is being sent to the Anomali integrator and what types of observables are being sent or types of IOCs, so we can understand if there is a specific spike in attacks or a specific spike in other types of IOCs, leading to an anomaly that you can then adjust for and report on. With Anomali Copilot, we're able to use natural language processing, which enables the analyst to ask simple questions of your data, which will automatically correlate threat intelligence data and your security telemetry in the unified data lake and give you results within minutes, simply by just asking a question and preventing the analyst from having to know any complex query language or anything like that. Here's an example. Show me recent activity related to CVE in our logs. Go here, search, and within a second, Anomali created the query for the analyst. As you can see, it is somewhat of a complex query, but instead of having the analyst figure out how to write that, taking the minutes or hours to do that, Anomali already did that for them, saving them hours of time. We'll go ahead and search the data as we go through. Obviously, if there is results, the answer is yes, we have been impacted, or we have recent activity in our logs for that. If there's no results, the answer is going to be no, obviously. In this case, it's going through this the logs in Anomali, compare it to the security telemetry, and waiting for the results. In this case, we can see that we do have results. Again, in under a minute, in less than 30 seconds, we have these results after going through hundreds of thousands of records searching. So we do have a machine here that has activity related to this CVE right here. So now we can dive deeper into the investigation and try to remediate this CVE. Another example using the natural language prompts is maybe you want to know if you've been impacted by MoveIt. Right here. Again, this is going to go look at all the threat intelligence related to MoveIt and compare it against our security telemetry, which means the analyst isn't having to go out and find every single IOC on multiple different platforms or anything like that, because it's all in Anomali. They're taking all of those IOCs, which are already there in Anomali. We're doing this for them, associating that with this query, and then looking at the security telemetry. So we'll go ahead and hit search over the last 2 years worth of data, to find out, have we been impacted by MoveIt? This is going through all of the logs in our Anomali unified data lake, has those threat intelligence IOCs related to MoveIt, comparing both of them. I don't know, but typically this would be a pretty arduous task for an analyst. And within 20 seconds, we went through 2 years worth of data, and we can see, yes, we have been impacted by MoveIt. That was 20 seconds. I don't know. Think to yourself, how long would that take your typical analyst to do that today? And then 20 seconds. Another way Anomali Copilot can help analysts is building dashboards by, again, using natural language prompts. Everything within Anomali is built off the queries. The queries you see here, you can build the alerts, you can build your dashboards, and obviously you can just search your data. In this case, maybe I'm an analyst, and I want to see all the failed user logins in the last 7 days and group them by the user. We can do that. We'll go here. It created the query for me in half a second immediately. And now I'm going to hit search. And it's going to go through. It is going to find all the failed logins associated by user and aggregate them together for me. As you can see, we've got quite a few. We've got 12 showing up right now, 11 seconds. And we're already getting answers. 13 seconds, it's completely done. Now we've got this data. Okay, well, how do we visualize it? It's just as simple as going to visualization, selecting one of the either recommended tables or recommended widgets, or we have multiple other widgets you can use with Anomali and Copilot. So we're going to go here. I'm just going to do pie chart for this one. And it's just as simple as add to a dashboard. We can create a new dashboard. Go ahead and name this webinar dashboard. We'll give it a title of failed logins. And hit save. And just like that, it's created. It's just that simple to take a query that we asked with natural language. We didn't have to write that whole complex query. And Anomali Copilot assisted us by telling us what that query is. And now, leveraging that, we are able to easily make dashboards with the information we want by the questions we ask. Another aspect of Anomali Copilot is the Anomali Copilot plugin, which is directly connected to your organization, and it allows you to scan external sites and documents, Office 365 documents, PDFs, and websites for threat intelligence, indicators, and even summarizations from other reports. As you can see, I have assisted advisory, quite lengthy. It would take an analyst quite a bit of time to read this and then pull out all of the IOCs. But in this case, an analyst was told, hey, we need a high-level summary, because we need to know if we've been impacted and what's going on with these countering Chinese state-sponsored actors. And then we need to know if we've been impacted by it. This is where Anomali Copilot plugin can greatly assist the analyst in completing these tasks in a very fast manner. Similar to summarizing the threat bulletins, we can click on summary. And what this is going to do, this is going to consume all of the data and within seconds give us, again, that high-level summary, that executive summary with key data points and then key takeaways again. Organizations are strongly advised to implement robust network device hardening, et cetera, giving us the how we've been impacted, how do we protect ourselves. We can easily include this into an investigation, or if we needed to, we could put it in multiple different languages. So it's not just specifically English or others. We have multiple different languages we can do with Anomali. So now we've got that. We can, again, immediately kick this out into a threat bulletin. And then the other part I want to show you is scanning. So we know what this is now. We've got that executive summary. We want to scan this document, find the IOCs in this, and then we want Copilot to let us know if we've been impacted. Typically, when I ask customers, like, how long would that typically take an analyst? And some of them, they don't even know the amount of time. It's hours and possibly days. Well, with this, Anomali Copilot is going to scan this advisory. It is going to identify all of the entities and IOCs within the document within a matter of seconds. And as you can see, we've got different actors, malware, CVEs, IP addresses, URLs, et cetera, et cetera. I found 183 entities. What this also did within the matter of seconds, it took the IOCs, the IPs, and the hashes, and any other relevant data. It created a query and searched a year's worth of data in my environment. And within 10 seconds, I now know that I have been impacted, or at least I have these IPs in my log data. We can easily go here and check to see, okay, we've got 4,000 matches, high confidence, very high severity. Go to the 4K matches. Maybe the firewall blocked it. And that's the best case scenario. We're going back, we're looking at the data. And we're going to find out here in a matter of seconds that this was allowed through the firewall. So we will have to do more action here. All of this with the analyst identifying and coming to the conclusion that, yes, we've been impacted, is something that is very important, will help your organization identify and remediate attacks quicker. Now, keeping this in mind, remember I'd already spoken about how Anomali and Anomali Integrator is able to proactively identify these threat intelligence indicators and automatically send them to your firewall in order for it to block. If we had that in place, it is highly likely that this IP address would have already been added to the firewall block list, and you would not have been impacted by this specific attack. So again, proactively anticipating the attack from the attacker by using Anomali, ThreatStream, Copilot, and Security Analytics in order to see all of that put together, protecting your environment at speed and scale, and allowing your analyst to do their jobs faster and more efficiently. Last thing I want to show you is our AI actor profile. This is where we take the actors and all of their known aliases, and we collect them together for you with Anomali Copilot. We give you a high-level summary of that specific actor, other details about that, all of their aliases, any last known threat models, their target locations, a lot of information that is key for the analysts to know. What we also are providing you is match by source, your internal assets here. If they have a match to any kind of IOC or threat analyst or any kind of IOC within your threat intelligence, and letting you know what they're communicating with, or if there's a match in your logs also for the destination. In this case, it would be logging information for the destination for network activity. And then we're taking all of that information and linking it back to the MITRE ATT&CK framework for you. So you understand how this threat actor is using their attacks compared to how the MITRE ATT&CK framework is laid out. And you can have multiple overlays for different, business units and things like that for your environment. So key takeaways of Anomali Copilot. We enhance the speed, accuracy, and efficiency of your analysts, your SOC, and your whole organization's security posture. We enable any tier of analysts to do their job faster and more efficiently, saving them time. And we make security operations proactive instead of reactive by using Copilot, Anomali ThreatStream, and Anomali Integrator to proactively identify and block the attacker's known threat intelligence, IOCs, therefore reducing alerts for reactive defense measures. All of this with Anomali Copilot, using Anomali AI to enhance your cyber defense analysts and CTI analysts, making their lives easier and your organization safer. Again, I'm Seth Norton. I want to thank you today for taking part in the Anomali web series, Zero to Cyber Hero, Artificial Intelligence for the Modern Defender. Thank you.